Hi, I'm Ben Klock, and we're in my studio where I've been the last 7 years. I mean, techno always has changed. It always goes through phases. But I would agree that the new wave of techno, or sometimes it's a bit like, is it still techno or what falls under the umbrella? I would say it changed maybe more than ever in the last 10 years, you could say that. I think in my lifetime, my career, it's the first time that I've seen such a disconnect from generation to generation. During COVID, there was such a split where before every kind of new wave was based on the wave before, or like everyone kind of knew the history of it. And then there was suddenly like a new generation that is completely disconnected from what was before and doesn't really want to have anything to do with what was before. And I'm not judging it at all. I just observe it. You know, at the end of the 70s when punk came along and it was like, everything new. Like, we don't care about what was there before. So in that sense, you could say the attitude changed quite a lot. In certain parts, the true techno still continues on, and there's a lot new, interesting stuff going on, actually. In some way, I would say staying relevant is harder than becoming relevant. But on the other hand, nowadays, it's, I think, also pretty hard to make yourself a name. There's just so many artists, so many DJs, so many possibilities, but so many people also who want to, like so many kids who want to do this. Also in production, I see it, like when I started producing in the studio, it was still something very niche and special. To learn the skills was like this weird little hobby you have. And now it's just such a, like everyone can do it. With so much opportunities comes also that it's very hard to make yourself a name or to make yourself known for something unique and special. I agree. Starting something new definitely feels more alive than protecting and preserving something you did or repeating the same formula over and over again. I think that's also a part of staying relevant, is to always look for little tweaks, something new that excites you. And if you're excited, other people will be excited about your set or whatever as well. Yeah, you need to feel alive and need to look for new stuff all the time, I think. I do constantly need a new impulse to stay motivated, for sure. And that can be like tiny little tweaks. I cannot really put my finger on it, what it is really, but at the moment, I feel really, I just love playing at the moment. And maybe I don't find so much music all the time, but the way to mix it and maybe to be a bit quicker, more energetic or something. I kind of also like this a bit higher BPM that some of my colleagues are like, oh, when does it go down again? I mean, I'm not talking about 150 or something, but like playing 140 is fun. It still is funky and groovy, depending on what you play, of course. But for me, it gives me a bit an energy to mix and da-da-da. I think there is kind of a new wave of residency culture, and I think that is also a bit what saves our scene a bit. I mean, as much as people say, yeah, clubs are dying, and that is partially true, that they're really struggling, a lot of them. But then there's always another wave that shows kind of the opposite. I feel like there are some collectives around like little teams or small clubs that really keep a good culture alive. I think it's a great thing to have a residency. I mean, I learned everything from residency. I mean, not everything. Of course, you learn also a lot when you start traveling around and playing at different places, different countries and different situations, festivals, clubs, The real lesson is to have a regular date at a club where people come again and again and you cannot repeat yourself over and over again. You really have to be, that's also a thing, to just keep yourself inspired, keep other people interested. So you have to keep digging and looking for inspiration. I think it teaches a lot to have your own residency, yes. Berghain definitely has been central in shaping my career. I mean, before Berghain, I almost gave up DJing because I was kind of done. I thought I'm too old, and that was like 21 years ago or something. And that was basically before my career actually took off. And so Berghain really changed everything for me. And it gave me inspiration for the music I produced and everything. It was for that room. There was not a club in Berlin where I wanted to play, or where I had really still, like I had a bit where I had some sort of residency, and then I didn't have that anymore. I don't know, they started playing different kind of music, and I just didn't enjoy it anymore. So the only place where I wanted to play was where I thought, okay, that could lift me up again, was back then Ostgut, which became Berghain. Yeah. I think I stand for, I would describe it like, you know, when I started off and I noticed that there's a career going on, I'm okay with, or I want to become as big as I can with staying true to what I really like. And that is probably what I stand for, that I never compromised my style really. Like I changed it, like it's morphing throughout the years, but you know, I never became commercial or something like that. So a little bit of a consistency in that sense is what I stand for, I guess. For people who experience me long enough, I guess they know me for a good journey. What can you expect from my show at Upclose? Well, I'm playing with Alarico, and I think it's gonna be really fun and funky, and we're gonna fire each other up because we really like each other's style and attitude towards the music. Always feels like, okay, this was too short, let's do it again. So I think there will be a great energy. I would say I would be interested in what Freddie K and Maron do together, and also maybe the Haze team. That could be something I would be up for.